We're going to do a video on here on putting strut springs on the GTI. What is this, 2015?
Yeah.
2015 GTI Autobahn. And so we're going to upgrade the springs to the lower 1.5-inch lower springs, front and rear. And we're going to show a little video on how this is done. So if you guys want to do this on your own car. One of the tools you're going to need is a strut string compressor. I have this old Moog one. It works really good. It looks really dirty, but it works great. It's been sitting for a while, and I usually have it hung on the wall, but I don't like that. Alright, so here's the spring kit. We got here the, what are these called? E-Bach?
I don't know.
I guess. I-Bach? I don't know. It's got the spring kit here. Where'd you get this on? eBay? Or?
I-Bach?
Yeah. Where'd you get these at?
Yeah.
Oh, you got them directly from the manufacturer, so. So remove the shock, and then it looks like we're going to have to take the lower control arm bolt off.
You gotta get that on the video.
Oh, the E-Back size up, and then you put the spring, make sure you put this rubber piece back on. So with that off, it just drops right down. In fact, there's a little bit of tension on there, so be careful. If you have two people, you can actually do it on a hoist like this, but on the ground with the, but on the ground with the jack is actually easier if you're on the ground. A little bit of a fight, and then you get your bolts back in, and then tighten them up. I use the one Harbor Freight electric impact. Good. You loosen up this sway bar, makes it a little bit easier, and then loosen up down here while you're doing the rear spring, and then make sure it's situated nice in here and it's not cockeyed or anything when you're all done, because it could cause you a problem making a lot of noise or something like that if you don't do it without these rubber pieces or something. Like, make sure all the rubber is on there, and then just put your wheel back on. That's the rear. Here, what you want to do is take your triple square. I think this is a 14. Now that's a triple square 14 in the front. Remove that first, and then remove your sway bar connector. If you hit that with an air gun, sometimes it'll come off. Otherwise, there's a little Allen wrench inside, and you can use a wrench and an Allen wrench inside to hold it. So you can take it off. And then first, before you remove this top above the, you go ahead and pry this down and get it under, pull it out from underneath here, so because you want it hooked up on the top, so that you can use that leverage to pull this down, and then just have to pull then you'll take the bolts off the top and then remove it. We'll show you this in a second. So when you take this off, make sure you got a nice big hammer and hit it right there. If you're using a little bitty hammer, you're going to have problems trying to get this thing off. You got to give it a nice swing, and then you're going to have to lubricate this area probably. It's not like it doesn't just slide out of there like nothing. You're going to have to give it a little bit of a hit. So. And pry it down at the same time. And remember, there's one little clip here. I'll just put my fingers, and then you got 3 bolts under there. And the other side, I'll just point to the clip right here. Got a little clip. Little clip right here. And then you got 3 bolts. Springs, put in the spring compressor, adjust it, and then you want to change this from where's the other one? Look at that here. The new one's shorter, I'll show that. And then you need to put this thing back up and change the spring. Plane it. Okay. So this is the new spring, and this is the old one. They're both the same. If you look, you can just push this down, and then it goes right on. Put the spring on. That's all there is to it. After. Oh, that looks clean, dude. It's amazing. That's only 1.5 inches.